Nesh, tell the chat what you did when you drew Dimension Shifter in the mirror match.
When the Dino combo.
Well, did you just send Giant Rex or something?
Okay, so basically, Dimensional Shifter in the mirror match was actually a good meta call because I know everyone was cutting Rex. And when I use Dimensional Shifter, I go Oviraptor, Banish Rex, and Just Guess. Ash told me, Dweller? No, Baguska. Guys, Baguska.
Black B, bro.
Oh, no, it's never changed.
Does everyone remember YCS London 2018 when like everyone played Danger XDK to get firewall banned? This is like that, but for Misk. Pretty much.
The community just
Cormac really just wants to play Salad, so we had to get rid of Dino.
Exactly. Yeah.
The next step is by playing Gameciel FTK. I fucking hate Gameciel, guys. That's insane.
Wait,
Nesh,
Nesh, I have a problem.
Oh,
What? After Dino gets banned, what are we doing with our lives?
Get a brain.
That's a good question.
Bro, now we have 140 IQ. We can figure out something.
Yeah, because Christian joined, so we have 20 more.
Yeah, there are 14 players in Top Cut. 14 times 10, 140. All of you together can make one deck.
I mean, that's basically what happened. We all made one deck. No. Nets and Cormac have the combined IQ of 0, and with me, it's 0 as well. we're like
Alright,
so stupid.
So your team just gave the IQ to the team that you beat in top 8. Alright, makes sense.
Dude, we had 0 IQ. All the way to top 8. 0 IQ.
No. You gotta see.
Randomly sends me alerts.
We played the mirror so bad, they didn't know what was going on, so we won. We just outplayed them.
No. Quote Nesh. Okabe was playing so weird, I misplayed. Okabe was so weird.
Bro, listen. I had basically set my 20 IQ for the mirror, okay? And when Okabe normal summon a driver under Lost World, I was like, oh my god, I was under 5 IQ. And I couldn't really realize what was going to happen. At that point, I was just playing randomly, slashing cards on the field, whatever.
Alright, everyone. We are here with the winners of LCS 7. And now, since that it's LCS 7, we have decided to bring every single person that made Top Cut into one Discord call, and they all have to talk at the same time. And by everyone, I mean the people that I personally know. And, you know, a lot of them ended up topping. I'm pretty sure only 2 teams from our Discord server didn't top out of 4? 5? 5? 6?
Yeah, something like that.
A lot, anyway.
There were 6 teams that had I think, some WAF members in it.
It was 3 out of 4,
sure.
right? Or
3 out of 4, right, yeah. Wait, was it a 4?
It was
4.
There's technically 4 teams, right?
It was only me, yeah.
So this is the dinosaur list that most of them used to make a top cut at the recent LCS. The winning team being 3 copies of this deck, more or less. I think you played 41, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I played 41 in a Pepega extra deck.
I see.
I think you should play 41 with the third Mystic Mine, because the deck is basically Mystic Mine control.
It is Mystic Mine Turbo. I was playing.
It's basically Sky Striker under Drags. You get what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
It's boneless Sky Striker. Boneless Sky Striker. Yeah.
I still think everyone is wrong about
Sky Striker.
It's just better.
Yeah, Dino's definitely better than Sky Striker. Sky Striker sucks, and that's coming from me.
Look, even Ryan, you agreed with this statement, so no
yeah.
one can complain.
Yeah.
This is Dino's just the better mine deck.
Yeah.
The better mine turbo deck.
Right. So, getting into things, literally bog standard Dino list from what I can tell anyway.
Yeah.
Why did you guys decide to play Dino for this weekend?
Tirano!
Tirano goes blue. Tirano goes blue. All the weaknesses the deck is supposed to have, they just counter by you slapping mine onto the field.
Why are so many people here? What the hell?
We're doing a deck. Oh, hey, Coogan! Now we have Ireland's best player. One of Ireland's best player. Right? Never lost a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In his life. Luke Coogan. Everyone give him a round of applause.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
How easy was this event?
Too easy.
It was 0 IQ, basically.
I see.
It was really,
Cool.
it was really hard sometimes.
We had to play the mirrors because the first one to play a card loses because you get Mystic Mine. It's pretty hard. So
Nah, you just
you're
gotta
just
be.
like, no, you do something. No, you do something.
It was honestly for our team. It was really painful because every round wasn't easy. Every round was like a lot of fucking work.
Mhm, mhm.
Oops.
That was because we didn't really know what we were doing going into the event, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we basically just like copied like Fark, Ryan, and June's homework, and we're just like, all right, okay, we'll just like see how well this goes.
Yeah. How many of you played with this exact deck? It was 7, right? Or more or less 7, right?
Yeah, 7 with like this card.
Yeah, so Gabe, Cormac, myself, Ryan, June,
For the
Fark,
love of a god, for the love of a
and
god,
Christian.
Yeah.
cooking trap trick at 1. For the love of a god, play the third Ice Dragon Prison.
Oh, don't play Trap Trick. I don't like Trap Trick because you tell your opponent you play Ice Dragons before they go to miss. Because you want to chain to miss.
They Phoenix your trap trick, and then you go like, ha, gamer, then you flip
Yeah,
trap.
exactly.
Real quick, so like people can actually listen. Like the only difference that y'all played, like some of you played, was like set rotation and the third mine, right?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Craftsman's in
I
the
don't
side.
What did y'all cut from that? Was it just like the ashes or the Nibiru's or?
Imperms.
Imperm.
No.
the
We
Imperms,
were
okay.
all playing, I think, the same hunters except for Imperm. For example, I was playing
Oh,
set
okay.
rotation and one more mine over Imperm.
Gotcha.
And I think the side was very similar. Instead of
Yeah,
Trap
yeah,
Trick, I was
side was-
running.
There's like
Yeah,
any
side
amount of
was
trap
the
trick
exact
and then like the same traps.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
like,
running like 3 of each trap instead of the
Me too.
Christian played Twin Twister instead of Lightning Storm.
Could you not afford like lightning storms on Dueling Book or something? Or...
No,
Were you scared of anti-spell or was like a specific reason?
no, I think Twin is better against mine because you can draw into it,
Mm.
and it's also better. Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason.
No, but if
There
you,
you
if
go.
you go like Misk, they crow it. You can twin discard the other Misk because you're a Dino player, and you of course shoot.
Broken.
That's
Mm.
true, I
good
guess.
point. Yeah, 'cause
Also,
you're a
Twin,
gamer.
Twin is live in the mid game when you're grinding. with
Oh
the
yeah,
items.
that's actually something
Whereas
like
Storm isn't
worthy
live.
of noting. In,
I like how
in this video.
you just pulled this reasoning. You didn't think about them. You're thinking about them to justify why you play twin, not the opposite.
But no, something really important to note is like the DD Crows were like really good in the Dynamitter because
DD
people
Crows.
would
Yeah.
like people would like Lancia you and Crow you. No, Lancia you and Droll you in the mirror match. And it literally doesn't matter because like a lot of people, I don't think people understood that the mirror match was very grindy. It wasn't like a Tirana go Burr matchup. It's like you need to hold your Tirana. It's very similar to like Cormac said this to me the other day. It actually makes a lot of sense. It's like BLS and GOAT format. You just need to like summon it reactively, not proactively. So
Exactly.
games take a long time. Games take a very long time. So Crow is like really important. Just
Or-
get rid of the resource permanently.
The problem with the mirror is like Dino's so good at breaking boards that the Dino board is really easy to break with Dino. So if you commit a lot of resources
Yeah.
into making your like standard Dolka Tyranno Pancras board, it's probably gonna get broken because Misk is such a stupid card. You're gonna commit enough to not get OTK'd, but not like overcommit. So it's like this resource like battle.
In top 8, the only reason I beat Ryan game 1 was because he was out of Tyrannos and I had one more. He couldn't out it for the rest of the game. That's literally how the Dynamite
And
works.
so, like, in the mirror, like, did y'all choose first or second, like, post side, and then, like, post side versus other matchups? What was your preference?
Against, I think all of us blinded second in the mirror match even after siding,
for sure,
and then
for sure.
Yeah.
and then against combo when we lost, we went first.
I guess the main question is, like, did Mystic Mind stay in post side? Like, in the mirror?
That's tricky.
So it's,
I was
Going
randomly sending it out and in.
I mean, it just, like, depends on, like, your opponent, right? If y'all played against each other, it's probably a bit worse than if you played against people that would just, like, try and commit turn one boards.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I knew people would play around maybe like making Pancras, so I will have maybe take it out. And I would know, for example, people would make Pancra against me because they know around mine. I'm like, okay, Pancra doesn't do anything if I have miss.
Yeah.
I just play Pure Dino from there.
The one thing that I saw a lot of, like, good Dino players do is making sure you never banish Link Kuribo to play around Lost World.
That's a really good one. Too.
like,
Yeah.
Kuribo like just disables
Don't
also.
like you make Dweller, Gardner, and you don't pill, so you can keep that in Kuribo.
And exactly, using Pill turn 1 is actually pretty bad because what do you summon? Like Tyranno doesn't do anything.
No, you can only summon Pancratops if you use a PW1.
Yeah, but I'd rather have the Link Kuribo. Or even, probably you just like You just skip the link Reba there.
I mean, Dweller Pancratops is not bad at all either if you don't have the link Reba, because basically they cannot use the Bedding Graveyard, so that's fine.
Yeah, the only reason you would commit the Pancratops the first turn is if you're like really afraid of Mystic Mine, which is like reasonable.
So like the bad matchups that people would like identify for this deck are like invoked, like going into the tournament obviously were invoked Dogma, and then also like the Buster Blader deck. So like what did y'all do to play against that? And then
I
like,
don't think Dogma was a bad matchup because we also played Maximus cards in the extra deck. And
I think it was a good matchup.
Yeah.
It was a good matchup for everyone except for Gabe, but Gabe sacked them, so it didn't matter.
Well, no, it's the other bad matchup.
Oh yeah, no, we all played Token Collector for that. That's like the only real thing, right? It was just that and just like hoping you got to mind them.
Yeah, it's just Buster Blader. I think Buster Blader is like the hardest one for sure. Because like you can't really prepare for it. Like what you would cite for Buster Blader doesn't overlap, so you had to like figure out on the spot.
I mean, Crow on some of their Buster Blader stuff is like.
Crow is really good in that.
Yeah, that's really good for sure.
Astronomous Prison is really good too, because you can chain it to the fusion. It's basically the same thing as Diddy Crow does.
Yeah, but it's always a struggle though. Like games against Buster Blader are never free.
Game 1, if they are not maining Dino-Miscus, you can just probably back them out though.
I was gonna say, you never miss anything like Logia or I don't know what else people played in the extra. Like I saw like the
Baguska?
Yeah. I saw like the nightmares actually come up a good bit. Like so was like the extra have banished like too much? Because like I saw the utility come up, but I wasn't sure like how relevant like the lack of like not variety, but like multiples in extra deck came up.
The mirror match matters the most.
Before the LCS, I made a personal graphics, takes all the info I had all the players on the players, and actually the most players deck were Dragon Link without Smoke Grenade and Dinosaur. So that's the reason I played Baguska, because at the point they couldn't out Baguska.
Nesh's list was pretty different. He played like less hand traps, more board break cards. Like Nesh, do you have any like specific thoughts on like why you chose that over the hand traps?
So basically, basically I can explain the reason behind this deck list, because Dinosaur with the 9 hand traps at the 75% to win against Dragon Link with the 300 opens, and with 11 you had almost the 80% to win. I wanted the 95%. That's the reason to win against Dragon Link with the 95%. It's listed wins against Dragon Link going second at 95. I cannot lose to Dragon Link.
I don't think you will. I agree. So like I get that you're beating Dragon Link, which like I think is like good, but like I think their list also did that thing. So like, what did this list provide against other matchups? Like, I don't know, like
against Invoked, you can just set up the Mystic Mine and wait for another field and Storm to OTK at 100%.
Okay.
So that's the reason. Also against
so you're trying to grind a little bit more than just like kill them quickly.
Also against Buster Blader, you can go for Droplet and still win the game. With this, you go for Storm and then Droplet and you win the game at 100%. I wanted the 100% win rate when I have all the cards I needed.
So you just preferred like you looked like the decks you thought would be top 3, and you just said I want to win against them like every single time we play, and just like if you play against other matchups, you'll just kind of like go with the flow.
I had only 2 lost conditions, which were Smoke Grenade and Spell Fragrance and Order. So after Order, Spell Fragrance and Smoke Grenade, but during my studio of the graphic of all the players who were running for the LCS, no one was playing Dragon Link with Smoke Grenade. So actually, my 95% was really good against, and I needed to overperform it against Dragon Link. That's the reason. Also, I was the player B, because we were expecting more player B to be Dragon Links. To be honest, also Buster Dragon. I had the infos about the fact that Buster Blader wasn't running. Wasn't running Dino-Miscus, but was running Ice Dragon Prison instead of Dino-Miscus, so they had no out to Mystic Mine, and I could stall with the Mystic Mine waiting my Storm and the second field for a 100%.
They didn't play Dino-Miscus? My life has been a scam. Holy.
No, they play Dino-Miscus.
It depends on the. I've seen lists like varying it up, so I don't. Yeah, it's kind of.
Because we played on top 4 had Dino-Miscus for sure.
Like I said, my worst matchup was basically Infernoble, because of Smoke Grenade, so I needed high ceiling cards to stop the entire turn just by drawing 1. And that's the reason I play 3 Shifter, 3 Token Collector, because under Shifter I can send Rex with Raptor and then with Baguska, and they have literally no out to Baguska except for the Aurora Dawn. but then I was ensuring myself to have an out for Aurora Dawn.
Anything else you want to add, Vlad? Or go
Nope, I'm very happy that Aaron just took over. I didn't have to do anything. It was fucking free content. The freest con I've ever gone. Gets scammed, by the way. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming on to the stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, hopefully we'll win more LCSs. Maybe YCSs, who knows?
Yeah, let's go WAF, baby.
See, I'm gonna say we so I can take away from your credentials. Anyway.
Understand. Makes sense.